What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Full disclosure, I'm a Henry simp. I like him. I liked him as Superman, even if I didn't like what Zack did with him. I wanted him to get his Man of Steel 2. Surprisingly happy when I found out he was going to be, along with Chad Stilisky, involved in that Highlander reboot. And I know reboots. Some 80s reboots could use one for CGI or choreography or whatever, and I actually believe that Henry likes the source material, which is key. Same thing with Chad, the director. But he also talks about ungentlemanly warfare here. And after the Gentleman series that I gave a 10 out of 10 on Netflix, Guy Ritchie can do no wrong right now in my eyes. So I'm actually all for this article right here. Nothing about DEI or anything horrible. Let them burn over there. Let's actually talk about something, please, that I give a shit about that's like fun, that's not horrible. And that is the upcoming movies with Henry Cavill. So the busy actor turned up in Las Vegas during Lionsgate studio presentation to discuss his upcoming films for the studio, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which looks great, In the Gray, which I actually have no idea what that is, and I'm going to look that up after this, and Highlander, which I've been hearing him talk about for a while, and it is in fact happening. And the more I hear him and Chad talk about it, the more excited I am for them to do it. Henry Cavill had a lot to talk about in Las Vegas on Wednesday morning at CinemaCon. And of course, shout out to all the fellowship and the 199 over there for the Friday Night Tides Geeks and Gamers meetups. The actor turned up on Coliseum main stage inside Caesar Palace during Lionsgate's presentation to talk up a series of projects he's doing with the studio, including Chad Stilisky's Highlander and two Guy Ritchie films, the Friday release, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Oh, I got to go buy my tickets right now. And the upcoming In the Gray opposite Jake Gyllenhaal and Eliza Gonzalez. Cavill walked out to join Lionsgate Motion Picture Group chair and had a brief Q&A where they mentioned the facial hair that, of course, he sports for Ungentlemanly Warfare. Is there any facial hair that does not look good on you? Fogelson asked, to which Cavill replied, "We tried a few." He continued by saying that he loved his look on Ritchie's actioner, though it's not my usual thing, aside from a controversial mustache earlier in my career. And of course, famously, when he went back to do reshoots for Justice League, Warner Brothers would not let him shave his mustache that he had for Mission Impossible, and the worst CGIing of a mustache or removal of one that we've ever seen in history was done. Too much fanfare. The conversation then turned to Ritchie's Into the Gray, marking another collaboration with the director. "At this stage, we are old friends," Cavill said of his back-to-back collaborations, "so much so that he will throw a monologue at me that I have to learn that day." Cavill then praised Gyllenhaal as not only an incredible talent, but a great guy. He expects that audiences will see both of us on screen more often. "Guy creates a wonderful environment on set," Cavill continued. "There's a creative freedom. Certainly there's where the new monologues come from. Certainly that's where the new monologues come from. People often stand up on stages and say it's like family. To a degree it is, but not necessarily the family you want to keep hanging out with all the time. In Guy's case, it really is like family. There is a shorthand. There is a freedom of friendship. And in that space, a wonderful creative things happen." Lastly, the pair discussed the anticipated Highlander reboot, highly anticipated as far as I'm concerned, which Cavill is currently training for to play the immortal Scottish hero. And I love the way he says this here, because if you've watched them in the TV shows, you know why he says it this way. "I am a lover of the original movies for better or worse." It's a beautiful way to say that. "I'm a lover of the original movies for better or worse," Cavill said. "It's one of those things where reading the script, I wasn't quite sure where they were going to go. What he discovered is that Stilisky and the team are going deep into the meaning of these characters, their trials and tribulations." He then teased something that should get fans stoked to see what they come up with. "If you think you've seen me do sword work before, you haven't seen anything yet." And notably, Henry's sword work in both Immortals and specifically in The Witcher was the best things about it. He does take to sword work, much like Hayden Christensen takes to a lightsaber. Some actors are just made for it. He's definitely made for it. That was the other reason when I heard he was going to be in Highlander, I was like, ooh, and he knows how to use a sword. With that, Cavill exited the stage with a pleasant "Enjoy Vegas" to the crowd of theater owners. Fogelson got the last words and some laughs by saying, "There's a list of things I have to prepare for every year. One of those is standing next to people who look like that." Hey, look, I'm staunchly heterosexual, but dear God, Henry is a perfect specimen, and it's completely understandable. Like I said, I'm very much looking forward to the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I'm going to go buy my tickets for that now, and I'm looking forward to Highlander. I know you guys are probably iffy on reboots, but this just seems like a recipe for success. I know, specifically Chad Stahelski and Henry Cavill. And then don't forget, after this, after Highlander, Chad's going off to do the Ghost of Tsushima movie. So he might have a thing about video game adaptations or classic 80 adaptations of beloved properties. So let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.